Hello and welcome. Today we're going to take a look at how to remove and reinstall rocker springs, like these that we have on this Lazy Boy recliner on the bench today. Now obviously this is a procedure you'll need to know if your springs are broken and you need to put on a new set, or if, for example, you need to replace this floor base. The same procedure applies. But before we get started, there are a few different types of rocker springs out there. This set here has the mounting brackets on the top and bottom, and this is made for a metal frame, a metal base. Some of these will not be removable as well. They'll be built into the frame, but most often they are. The type we're working with today is designed to mount to a wooden frame and floor base, and so they have these pre-drilled holes for screws, and it's a side mount bracket that we're going to be dealing with today. Okay, so let's get started. Alright, so on this Lazy Boy, they use Torx screw bit fasteners, and there are 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom here on this wooden piece, which is known as the rocker block. It's the curved piece that the base rocks on. So make sure you have the appropriate size bit. Now the one trick that you need to know about these springs is that they're always under tension when they're installed. So what you'll want to do is cut a spacer. Here I have 1/4 inch plywood, and I've cut it about 1.5 inches tall, and I'm going to use this as a spacer on both sides of the spring so that it's easier to remove and install. So I'll just grab the back of the base to extend it up to put a spacer in, tilt the front back to put a spacer up front, and now I've maintained that tension, so it's going to make the job easier. So let's go ahead and remove the screws from the top. Alright, so now we have the base loose on this side. And if our objective is just to replace this base or to remove it to work on it or what have you, we don't need to remove the rest of the spring. We can leave it attached to the rocker block. So if that's what we were doing, and we're going to reinstall this, and let's say one of our original holes, screw holes in the wooden base was reamed out, and the fastener just spins, it won't tighten fully. Of course, there's the old way of fixing that, which is to get a hardwood dowel and to shave off some splinters to plug the hole so the screw will have something to bite to and will tighten properly. That's one way to go. The other way is, if you can get a couple of the screws in, so that the reamed out hole is you don't put the screw in there. If you can line this up properly and get it exactly where you want it, there's another way. Instead of using the little splinters, you can actually just use the good wood that is right beside the reamed out hole. So just run your screw into new wood and it saves you some time. Okay, so in the next segment we'll look at taking this spring completely off the chair. Okay, so I jumped ahead and I went ahead and did this same procedure on the opposite side to remove the floor base. So now to remove the spring the rest of the way, I'm going to open the scissors to get those out of my way. And then we have a bad camera angle here, but I'm going to remove the 3 screws that are on the rocker block on the bottom of this rocker spring. All right. The screw's stuck here. There we go. So now we have our rocker spring completely removed, and we've left the spacers in there for reinstallation. And of course, this would only be done if you're reusing these springs and you're removing them to work on your base or replace it, or to work on this rocker block, for example. Now we're going to look at a new rocker spring installation. Obviously our spring doesn't come with spacers, so this one has none. I went ahead and reinstalled the 3 screws to the rocker block to hold the bottom of the spring. And now what I need to do is stretch this spring to get my spacers in so I can reinstall it. I'm going to use some pliers to get my spacers in the front and the back again. And of course you want to be very careful because these springs are under a lot of tension. So now we're back to where we were before, where we're in a position to reinstall the base. So let's go ahead and do that. And again, we have to line up our holes. Now what I like to do is run the screws in all the way, but to snug it I do that by hand. And that way if the screw hole is reamed out, I'll know because it'll keep turning on me, and I'll know it's time to repair that, take care of that issue. Alright, those are good and snug. I'll do the same thing to the other side, which I haven't reattached yet. And after that's done, I simply remove the spacers. So there, we have it reinstalled. So keep in mind, these are under tension, so it can be dangerous, but if you just use a little common sense and be careful, you'll be fine. Use some eye protection to be safe as well. Okay, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.